Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our December 14th, 2021 Madison County Fiscal Court meeting. This is a regular scheduled meeting. At this time, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Clerk Barger, if you will, please call the roll.
Master Robinson. Here. Master Barger.
Here.
Master Tudor. Here. Master Botkin.
Present.
Judge Taylor.
Here. At this time, I'd like to invite my friend Kenny Davis from Bethel Baptist Church up to lead us in a word of prayer. Brother Kenny, if you wouldn't mind, I think it'd be appropriate if we had a moment of silence this morning for all those that have lost in the devastating storms that we had over the past weekend.
Absolutely.
You know, in times like this, it really, it's tough, but it also makes me thankful.
Amen.
So, if you wouldn't mind.
Makes me thankful to be from a state who cares. They've had an outpouring of stuff coming in.
Yeah.
So let's have a moment of silence, and then I'll open this in prayer. Before I begin this morning, I want to share a quote with you from Thomas Jefferson. We know that our country has problems. We have to, if you turn on the news, you realize that. And we also realize, or I realize, and I pray that you do, most of you do, that God is our refuge and our hope. Thomas Jefferson said this, says, "I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just and that his justice cannot sleep forever." And we're at a point, this court can make a difference in the world in which we live. And I appreciate each of you, and I appreciate the honor to stand here and pray before this body today and pray for you and pray for our nation. And we will pray for our fellow Kentuckians as well this morning. Would you bow your heads with me, please? Dear Heavenly Father, first I want to thank and praise you for your patience, long-suffering, goodness, mercy, and grace. And I want to thank you for allowing us to live in the greatest nation upon the face of the earth, in the greatest state, in the greatest county. And I thank you, Father, for loving us often in spite of ourselves. I ask today that you forgive us as a nation and individually for taking for granted your provision and protection. Father, we do pray this morning for our brothers and sisters and those who are hurting as a result of this devastating tornadoes, not only in Kentucky, but all across that region. Father, I thank you that we see the best of mankind during times such as this, as a response to help has been overwhelming. I thank you, Father, for the system of government that our founding fathers implemented based upon the Bible, your eternal word. Father, I appeal to you to help us get back to the original intent of our founders, that our government always honor you. And I ask that you forgive us for how we have departed from that intent. I pray for those that make up this body that you have allowed to be elected to conduct the business of this county. I pray that each decision that is made by this body would be honoring to you, because we know if that is the case, the citizens will live in peace and harmony. Your word is clear on that. Psalms 33:12 says, "Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord." Proverbs 29:2 says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice." May each of us, beginning with me and including every member of this body, be reminded that we will give an account at the end of our days to you and you alone, O God, for every decision that we make. Father, we thank you that we can have complete confidence that you hear us as we pray, but more importantly, that you care about what we're praying about, and that there is no request that we can make that is beyond your ability and power to accomplish. We pray, ask, and plead this in the matchless name of Jesus. Amen.
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 Thanks, Brother Kenny. Sheriff, if you will, lead us in the pledge, please.
Everyone, please stand and face our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, Sheriff. Members of the court, y'all have had a chance to look over our minutes from our previous fiscal court meeting, which was on November the 23rd, 2021. I need a motion and a second to approve, please.
So moved.
I have a motion. I have a second. Any discussion?
Judge, in the judge's report from the last one on the fourth bullet down, it says Project Warm Eat. I'm sure that was supposed to be feet.
All right.
That's the only thing I saw.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Seeing none, call the roll, please.
Master Robinson? Yes. Master Barger?
Yes.
Master Tudor?
Yes.
Master Botkin?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Next is our treasurer's report. Good morning, Glenna.
Good morning. The treasurer's report is in your Dropbox, and if anybody in the crowd or the public would like a copy, you can just contact the treasurer's office and I can email you a copy. As of November 30th, 2021, our total fund budget, including our ARPA funds, is $28,562,324.85. And right now, as of November the 30th, 2021, our general fund revenues are at 58.6%. Our expenditures are at 16%. Our road fund revenues are at 51.1%, and our expenditures are at 25.1%. Our jail fund revenues are at 39.3%, and our expenditures are at 41.5%. Our LGEA fund, our revenues are at 78.4%, and our expenditures are at 1.7%. Our CSEP fund, our revenues are at 4%, and our expenditures are at 5.4%. Our 911 fund, our revenues are at 37.2%, and our expenditures are at 29.7%. And our health fund, our revenues are at 34%, and our expenditures are at 21.2%. We do currently have the auditors in the office working on last year's, the June 30th, 2021. Does anybody have any questions about the report or the vendor's claims?
Any questions?
No.
Everybody good? All right. Thank you, Glenn. Always appreciate the update. First, I want to, we actually have a couple of special groups with us today, but first I want to recognize Leadership Madison County is with us today. This is our class of 2022 and this is both a partnership with Richmond and Berea Chambers. So would Leadership Madison County, would y'all please stand? Yeah, that's good. So it's great having you all with us today. This is a county city day. We have our Mayor Fraley with us today. It's great to see you, buddy. Appreciate the accommodations and allowing us to use your facilities. But they had mayor this morning. They're coming to the county this afternoon and then going to City of Richmond later in the afternoon. Is that correct? Yep, good. Appreciate you all. Appreciate your interest in learning about our wonderful county and our cities. Next, we have another group with us that is want to recognize and really want to recognize their family, but really a gentleman that has been a leader of this community for a long time. And this man is a leader a lot of times behind the scenes. And so it's great to be able to recognize him and what he's done for our community since I was born, because this goes back, him being in this position, the year that I was born. And so have a lot of respect for the man. I want to recognize Dr. S. Delbert Fritz, and I'd like to read a proclamation. And I'm going to have Carlos and Jimmy, as I'm reading the proclamation, if you all want to come up to the podium and say a few words. Whereas S. Delbert Fritz, MD, has served as the first and only medical director for Madison County EMS. And whereas Dr. Fritz began his role as medical director in 1977, when Madison County EMS was among the first agencies in Kentucky to deploy paramedics. And whereas he has provided this vital public service for 44 years. And whereas Dr. Fritz has provided the oversight and instruction of quality emergency medical care and improved the outcomes and the survival rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury in Madison County. And whereas with more than 4 decades of steadfast leadership and absolute refusal to accept subpar care, EMS providers have saved countless lives under his leadership. And whereas Dr. Fritz was the first medical director for Eastern Kentucky University's paramedic program, leading the program to national accreditation and notoriety. And whereas Dr. Fritz is a true pioneer of EMS in Kentucky and an incredible mentor to all who have had the opportunity to work with and around him. Now therefore, I, Reagan Taylor, Madison County Judge Executive in the Madison County Fiscal Court, do hereby proclaim December 14th as Dr. S. Delbert Fritz Day in recognition of his accomplishments, dedication, and contributions to Madison County EMS and all of Madison County who have benefited from his leadership.
Okay.
Jimmy?
Thank you. Members of Fiscal Court, Mayor Fraley back here in the back. Just a couple of side notes. I started this adventure with Dr. Fritz probably was about some years ago. I don't remember exactly when it was, Dr. Fritz. But a couple of things that I saw him do and a couple of things that he said to me. He once told me as a real young paramedic, he said, you know, Jimmy, if you don't open your mouth, nobody ever know how dumb you are. Thank you for that. I learned from that. The other thing is, the first homicide that I ever worked in this county as an EMT was double homicide, and my ex-partner, Ken Murray, who's deceased now. But anyway, we brought this lady into the emergency room and didn't think she would live. And I looked and I said, there's ER doc in there, but I said, who's coming in? And they said, Dr. Fritz. Well, I knew who Dr. Fritz was. I'd never been around him to see him operate in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But as he walked through the door with the patient laying there, he started spitting out things that I didn't know what it was, but obviously the nurses did, because they started jumping over tables, hanging from chandeliers, and everything else to get for him what he wanted, because he wanted it right then. I will tell you today that young lady is still alive. Well, she's not young now, but she is alive, and only because of him. Only because of him. People will never know the impact he has had. Pre-hospital care, education, and just surgical expertise that he has demonstrated over the years. And I thank you, Dr. Fritz.
We all have some stories. I can't tell all of them right now because statutes of limitation are not out, but I'll kind of piggyback on what Jimmy said about keeping your mouth shut, but he was also my medical director when I went through Eastern Kentucky University's paramedic program, as most of us did back in the day. Remember it vividly. He would come into class, ask us what he's supposed to talk about, and we didn't want to open our mouth because we knew we were going to get questions. So he finally asked me. He said he only knew me and one other guy in the class. Later, he took everybody's picture and wrote their name under it so he could call on them. But he said, Carlos, how do you breathe? And I gave him a famous quote of air goes down your throat and into your lungs. And he just dropped his head. He said, that sounds like something my kids would say. So he corrected me, and he's been correcting me for over 40 years now. Can't thank him enough. He is the longest acting medical director in the state by far. He took on paramedics when people thought it was just outlandish that these new creatures were out here starting IVs and shocking people and placing endotracheal tubes and things that were just unheard of when nobody else wanted that liability, and he took it on for zero. We wouldn't be where we are today without his leadership, without his steadfast, absolute refusal to accept subpar care. He expected excellence. He expected excellence in everybody around him. I just can't thank him enough for what he's done for this community and what he's done for me personally. So, Dr. Fritz, thank you. And on behalf of the
Carlos,
yes.
Before you present that, just so we can have some good flow, I'd like to present my proclamation,
Okay.
and I'll let you go, if that's okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. court members, if y'all would get up on Dixon's spot. You stay right here. All right.
Let me go now.
Now,
Now I'm good?
Carlos,
Okay.
you're up.
This,
Just stay here.
this plaque's presented to Dr. S.D. Fritz, Medical Director in 1977 through 2021, in honor and with deep appreciation of over 4 decades of outstanding leadership, vision, integrity, and dedicated service, a true pioneer of EMS in Kentucky.
Good stuff. Yeah, Jimmy, get up there. Good. Very good.
Again, that's appropriate.
And I know that everybody here loves our fiscal court meetings, but I also know that everybody's busy. And anybody that would like to slip out at this time, I'll give you a few seconds here to.
That's gonna be hard to follow. No, I think I'm okay. No.
All right, next on our agenda is the second reading of ordinance 2021-17. This is Madison County subdivision regulations update. Bert?
Yeah.
Good morning.
So, Judge, I don't know how much of this you want me to read, but this is the second reading, ordinance 2021-17, amendment to ordinance number 00-02. We're updating our Madison County subdivision regulations regarding streetlights, roadways, and stormwater and sediment control. The Madison County Planning Commission did have a public hearing on Tuesday, November 16th, 2021, to consider said amendments to the regulations. After discussion of same, the commission found that the amendments as changed hereinafter set forth to be desirable and recommended same to the fiscal court. We have a section dealing with streetlights. We have a section dealing with concrete streets, an amendment to the section dealing with bituminous asphalt and macadam base. We have a section 308.17 dealing with the amount of asphalt to be laid, a section dealing with turn lanes, and a section dealing with stormwater and sediment control. Like I said, this was a recommendation from the Planning Commission to approve these changes. I'll be glad to answer any questions or go into more detail if anybody needs it on any of those specific changes.
Thank you, Bert. Do I have a second, or do I have a motion and a second to approve second reading of ordinance 2021-17 on our Madison County subdivision regulations
Judge, I'd like to
updates?
make a motion to adopt resolution or ordinance 00-02, the subdivision regulations ordinance.
Second that.
can you read your motion again there, John? I'm sorry.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 00-02.
No,
No, that's what I thought. So 20-21, so it's amending the 00. Dash
it's
02.
ordinance 2021-17, which is an amending ordinance 00-02.
Okay. The amendment to,
So you want to make a motion to approve ordinance number 2021-117,
okay.
or -17?
Yeah, that one.
Yes, I second it, Judge.
All right, so I have a motion, I have a second, okay.
Yes.
Does any of the court members have any discussion? We had good discussion at our last fiscal court meeting when we had the first reading. And this is,
Yeah, and this just to remind y'all, these are recommendations that were brought to me from the road department. Some of the repairs that they're having to continuously make on these streets that are deteriorating, they're trying to address some of that to maybe not have to make as many repairs. Some of the stuff that they're doing is repetitive, so they're going back and fixing the same things over and over again. So this is kind of geared towards some of that.
I had an offline meeting with Bert just to clarify where some of these things actually fit into the reg as it was being amended, and got all that straightened out. There's no need rehashing that all out again, so thank you, Bert.
and this is a second reading, which at all second readings of an ordinance is a public hearing as well, and allows for public comment. So at this time, I'd like to give any public that would like to speak on behalf of this change. At this time, you could come up to the mic. All right. Seeing no public comment, and there's no more discussion, Clerk Barger, call the roll.
Master Bakken,
Yes.
Master Robbins,
Say Robinson?
Yeah.
Yes.
sorry, Master Barger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. All right, thank you. Next, second reading of ordinance 2021-18. This is a zone change at 2981 Old US 25 North. Bert?
Yep, ordinance of the Madison County Fiscal Court, Kentucky, approving the zone change of 2981 Old US 25 North, Berea, Kentucky, and authorizing the amendment of the official zoning map of Madison County, Kentucky. This is a second reading, but the Madison County Planning Commission did hold a public hearing on Tuesday, October 19th. They made the following findings of fact: that the proposed zoning classification is appropriate as it is consistent with the comprehensive plan for the following reasons: character and location of the property due to residential development in the transportation corridor where new development is encouraged. The character of the surrounding area and this property are more suitable for residential purposes, as the subject property is within the transportation corridor in close proximity to other properties used for residential purposes, and it contains the required infrastructure for residential development, and that there's an established need for residential lots in the county at this time.
All right, do I have a motion and a second to approve second reading of ordinance 2021-18, zone change at 2981 Old US 25 North?
Motion to approve ordinance 2021-18, Judge.
All right, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion?
So just in brief, I also had a discussion with, I like the way this is written, but I had a discussion with Bert on some of the wording that's in this, and also talked to you about it as well, so maybe we'll see some of that
Yeah,
change
well, I didn't change it because this was a second reading, but.
Yes, right. In the
duly noted.
future.
Yes,
for future.
yep.
Any other discussion? Again, this is another second reading, so which allows public comment. Do we have anybody here today that would like to speak on behalf of ordinance number 2021-18, which is a zone change at 2981 Old US 25 North? All right, seeing no public comment, and if there's no more discussion from court members, call the roll.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Bakken,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Next is first reading of ordinance 2021-19. This is a zone change at 3506 Lexington Road.
And this is the first reading of ordinance 2021-19, an ordinance of the Madison County Fiscal Court, Kentucky, approving the zone change of 3506 Lexington Road, Richmond, Kentucky, and authorizing the amendment of the official zoning map of Madison County, Kentucky. Whereas the hereinafter described land is located in Madison County, Kentucky, and whereas the Madison County Planning Commission held a public hearing on Tuesday, November 16th, 2021, to consider a land use change request application from UC7 Agriculture to UC1 Single Family Residential. Upon presentation by the applicant and with public comment, findings of fact were made by the Planning Commission as described in their summary of evidence, findings of fact, and recommendation to the fiscal court attached hereto and made a part hereof for all purposes as follows. Proper notification of this hearing was given pursuant to KRS 100.212 and KRS 424.130. Number 2, there have been major changes of an economic, physical, and social nature within the area which were anticipated in the adopted comprehensive plan. That the requested zone change to UC1 will be in conformity with the existing use and development of other property near the subject property and is appropriate. And number 4, that the requested UC1 zoning classification is consistent with the current comprehensive plan, given the proximity of this property with I-75 and the capacity of the major roads in this area to accommodate commercial levels of traffic. And whereas the Madison County Planning Commission, upon hearing testimony, made a motion and voted to recommend to the Madison County Fiscal Court to approve the land use change request from UC7 to UC1. And whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has reviewed said findings and recommendation of the Madison County Planning Commission and being otherwise sufficiently advised, and does hereby adopt the findings of fact made thereby. Now therefore be it ordained and enacted by the Fiscal Court of Madison County, Commonwealth of Kentucky, that the land use classification of the following described property be changed by this ordinance from UC7 to UC1. Section 1 contains a legal description of the property, fairly lengthy description. The above referenced property contains 104.67 acres, more or less. Section 2, that the Madison County GIS coordinator make the appropriate changes to the official zoning map of Madison County, Kentucky. Section 3, that the county clerk cause this ordinance to be published in accordance with the Kentucky Revised Statutes. This ordinance shall become effective on the date of the second reading and adoption.
All right. Thank you, Bert. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the first reading of ordinance 2021-19? This is zone change at 3506 Lexington Road.
Make a motion to approve ordinance 2021-19.
Thank you, Raj. Thanks,
Second.
Ben. Thanks, Ben. I have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
Judges, you know, this is an area that's being well developed. It has sewer and water, and there's a lot of single homes in that area. So I think this is very evident that it's should be zoned for single-family residents out there. It's a building area. It's fastly growing, and it's there's no reason it shouldn't be.
Yep. It definitely conforms.
And that was a lot
Yeah.
of the conversation in the hearing, that was an area, everything around it's being developed as single family. We have sewer out there. We have state highways, close to interstate highways. So we did have one public comment. Someone was just concerned that it to be developed in a manner that was similar to the other neighborhoods around there, and I believe it will be.
Are they gonna put it on sewer?
That's the plan. The way I understand it now. Yeah.
I know it doesn't have anything to do with the zone.
Yeah, and the director of the sanitation district was there, or commented for the record for the hearing, and he said that sewer is available to this property if they choose to tie onto it.
Yeah. Okay.
Just, Judge, for information for our Madison County leadership groups, UC7 is urban agriculture. It's being asked to be changed to urban development, single-family residential. If it passes, that gives us the opportunity to go out and look at the property physically and see that we agree with that.
And everybody knows where this property is on Lexington Road. Yep.
There used to be an old little store there,
A
didn't
little
it?
fruit stand or
There's
vegetable.
a little block building there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's right close to the water tower there before you get to Quail West.
Yeah.
Or Wells Ridge Trace. I believe it is.
Wells Ridge,
Right.
yeah.
Right
All
in
right.
that strip there, you got Shiloh Point, Shiloh Cove,
Yep.
Wells Ridge, Quail West. There's a lot of neighborhoods right there.
Yeah, that's good. Any other questions by court members? Any other comments? All right, preparing for our second reading. For any citizen that would like to make public comment, please feel free to email the comment to comments@madisoncountyky.us. A copy of this ordinance will be available on our website at www.madisoncountyky.us under the Transparency tab. So you can make those comments online, or you also can come to our next fiscal court meeting, which will be January the 8th. Help me out. 11th? January 11th. You can come to that fiscal court meeting and give public comment at that second reading time as well. And all of our ordinances, even our second readings that we just had, they're also on our website if anybody would like to review those under the transparency tab as well.
Judge, just a comment on that.
Sure.
I think it'd be in the best interest if they put it on sewer,
If they,
the property.
yeah, I'm sure that's their intent, or they wouldn't have presented that, as part of their presentation,
Right.
as part of their application.
Just the lay of the land, and as close as it is to the river, it needs to be on sewer.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we do have a motion and a second. No more discussion. Call the roll.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Botkin,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks, Bert. Appreciate it. Next on the agenda is Resolution 2021-131. This is a CSEP Emergency Preparedness Calendar, and we have our very own Jennifer Hitch with us today. Good morning, Jennifer. It's good to see you.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning to the court. Madison County Fiscal Court Resolution 2021-131. A resolution reapproving a contractual agreement for the 2022 CSEP Emergency Preparedness Calendar. Whereas the CSEP program requires a public outreach and education program, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is required to approve all bids in accordance with the administrative code, and whereas the County of Madison and its Emergency Management Agency CSEP program properly posted advertisements and bid specifications for the 2022 CSEP Emergency Preparedness Calendar, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court did not receive any bids by the deadline of August 6, 2021 at 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and whereas after the court approved the CSEP program to move forward with post-printing on the 12th of October 2021, the CSEP program was notified that the price had increased. And whereas the Madison County CSEP program then went back to two local vendors, Kentucky Printing and Minuteman Printing, and another vendor who had bid in the past, Thoroughbred Printing, to identify if there was any other interest in the project and to obtain their cost. And whereas those vendors either did not respond, did not provide a quote, or were $40,000 more than post-printing's increased price of approximately $140,000. And whereas given these results, the CSEP program has secured the additional funding needed and recommends continuing to work with post-printing. Now therefore be it resolved that the fiscal court does hereby approve to enter into this agreement and authorizes the judge executive to execute same on behalf of the county.
Thank you, Jennifer. Do I have a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2021-131?
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
Judge, it's a little disappointing that we didn't have anybody else bid on that, and that they're raising the cost of printing those calendars by $40,000.
140.
Well, the
140.
total cost is 100,
Total cost is $140,000.
Yeah.
but the increase was what, 40?
40,000.
The increase was about 50%. Last year's cost was around $72,000. This year's cost is right at $140,000.
Yeah. That's a necessary tool that our community and citizens use to find out what zone they're in and find out the alerts, and something that's very beneficial to our county because we do have the nerve gas stored at the depot out there. But it's just really disappointing, the cost of what it costs to print those calendars. But you have received okay through CSEF to go ahead and the funds to purchase that then.
Yes, we have.
Thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Any other comments? I do want to recognize our team and their due diligence, though, at this, too. You know, when those bids came in and they were that high, they threw up a red flag, and then they did their due diligence by going out and trying to identify just to have some kind of comparison. So I appreciate everybody's hard work and making sure that that we're making good decisions, and we've got the information to back up those decisions while we're making them. So if no more discussion,
Thank you.
call the roll.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Botkin,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Next is Resolution 2021-132. This is a joint public safety radio cooperation MOA. Jennifer?
Resolution 2021-132, a memorandum of agreement, MOA, between the Madison County Fiscal Court, the county, the city of Richmond, and the city of Berea, for joint cooperation in a P25 digital trunk simulcast public safety radio system. Whereas all parties have greatly benefited from the Chemical Stockpile Preparedness Program, CSEP, in Madison County, Kentucky for the last 30 years. And whereas as the CSEP program is nearing the completion of the mission, which will stop all funding from CSEP for all systems currently funded with the CSEP dollars, and whereas Madison County Emergency Management Agency, EMA CSEP, maintains and operates a Harris P25 digital trunked simulcast public safety radio system for all public safety agencies in Madison County, Kentucky, with the funding provided by the CSEP program. And whereas it is in the best interest of all public safety agencies in Madison County, Kentucky, to operate a joint radio system for public safety communications that enhances interoperability among all jurisdictions, provides for consolidated 911 services, and cost efficiency for all parties involved. And now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve to enter into these agreements and authorizes the Judge Executive to execute same on behalf of the county.
Motion to approve Resolution 2021-132, Judge.
Second.
Thank you all. Had a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
I was very glad to see that the city of Berea and the mayor, if he's still here, we appreciate that, and Mayor Blythe joined in with their resolutions as well to support this. It's one of the things that just the first of many things that we're going to have to look at going forward after CSEP goes, of what we can afford and what we can't afford, what can stay, what's got to go. So we appreciate their willingness to be on board with that radio system. It's very important to the county.
It is. People don't realize how important it really is, and being able to communicate with one another keeps our first responders safe, notifies. I think a good example of our whole system happened last Friday night. I mean, how many people woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning because they heard a siren? And I did too. Yeah. So I think those things sometimes go unrecognized, and I think the CSEP program, we've been so blessed for the past 30 years or 30 plus years to be able to have that program funding a lot of things across all three governments. And it's really created a high standard to our citizens that local tax dollars have not had to pay. And so post CSEP, it's going to be a challenge for all three governments to be able to come up with those extra dollars every year to be able to provide the service that is a standard to our citizens. And so I'm very thankful and happy that we've started having post-CSEP task force meetings with our mayors, city managers, city administrators, CSEP, our IT team, and start having those collaborations so that we can put a plan together for a post-CSEP reality in our community. So this is a first step, and Richmond and Berea have already taken it to their governing bodies. So it's good. Anybody else? All right, seeing none, we do have a motion and a second. Call the roll, please.
Master Botkin?
Yes.
Master Robinson?
Yes.
Master Barger?
Yes.
Master Tudor?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Next, Resolution 2021-133, Hazard Mitigation Grant Project.
Resolution 2021-133, an agreement between John Wade of 12 Perkins Ashcraft Road, Richmond, Kentucky, and the Madison County Fiscal Court to assist in the application of a hazard mitigation grant program project. Whereas, with the assistance of Madison County Emergency Management Agency, Mr. Wade is applying for a grant with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, hereinafter referred to as FEMA, to raise his home above the floodplain level, hereinafter referred to as the project. And whereas, as part of said grant, FEMA will pay 75% of the allowed cost or the constructions, the Commonwealth of Kentucky will pay 12% of the allowable cost, and Mr. Wade will pay the remaining 13% of the allowable cost. And whereas Mr. Wade will also pay incidental costs, which are not considered allowable costs as part of the grant, and whereas the county will not be required to contribute any of its funds to the project, and whereas the requested funds for this project are not expected to exceed $175,000. However, this amount may increase or decrease as the development of the project proceeds, and whereas the parties agree that the terms of the agreement, which is attached here to this resolution, will further the best interests of both Mr. Wade and the county. Now therefore be it resolved that the fiscal court does approve to enter into these agreements and authorizes the judge executive to execute same on behalf of the county.
Thank you, Jennifer. Do I have a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2021-133?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you all. Have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion? Does everybody know where Perkins Ashcraft is? I know one of us in here should.
In Rogers area.
It's off Tates Creek Road down there, isn't it, Roger?
Yes.
Yeah, and FEMA has these programs. If y'all remember a few years ago, we did one for Ruby Joe Ward down on Bill Eads. And it's, really this same kind of program. So,
It's kind of long and detailed and drawn out. It takes a while to get all the paperwork and everything approved, but I was glad to work with Ruby Joe and
Yep.
FEMA to get mitigation on her property down there, and she was able to move off and find some other property, but this property the house is going to be raised, is that correct, Roger?
That's right.
Yep.
Is that the only option to this project, or is there any discussion about buying the gentleman out? And
I think that's a decision that the property owner has of how they would like to go about the FEMA program, correct? They have the choice, I guess, of one or the other, and this property owner is choosing that he wants to protect his home and raise it up instead of moving.
Yes, that's correct.
I do commend Mr. Wade for seeking these funds and to go through the emergency management, because that's typically not the case that we run into. A lot of times it's the county first and see what happens, but he was very proactive. He's using his own money, so I certainly commend him for that.
Yep. All right, any other discussion? We do have a motion and a second on Resolution 2021-133. Seeing none, call the roll.
Master Robinson?
Yes.
Master Barger?
Yes.
Master Tudor?
yes,
Master Botkin?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Next, Resolution 2021-134 is the Madison County Sheriff's 2021 Budget Amendment. A resolution for the Madison County Fiscal Court to approve an amendment to the Madison County Sheriff's 2021 budget. This resolution supersedes Resolution 2021-02. Whereas the Madison County Sheriff presented the Fiscal Court with the 2021 budget on January 12th, 2021 by Resolution 2021-02, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is required to approve the Madison County Sheriff's budget annually, and whereas due to unforeseen expenditures that were not included in the 2021 budget, and whereas the Sheriff's Department is requesting an amendment to increase the 2021 budget by $100,000 for increased workers' compensation premiums due to increase in claims, and whereas the new total of the 2021 Sheriff's budget is $4,370,200. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve to amend the Madison County Sheriff's 2021 budget and authorizes the Judge Executive to execute same on behalf of the county. I need a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2021-134.
Motion to approve Resolution 2021-134, Judge.
second.
Have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
Judge, most of the magistrates all have met with Judge Cole and understand all the difficulties he has and the duties that he has for our county, and pretty well convinced this is something we really need to do and protect our county and support our Sheriff's Department. So I thank you, Sheriff Cole, for the work that you and your deputies do on behalf of the county.
Thank you, sir.
Judge, also would just like to add to that the court, this fiscal court, has been a big supporter to the Sheriff's Department over the years in supporting, especially with the drug epidemic. A lot of the things that the sheriff has to do and increase manpower, increase vehicles, increase equipment is just facts that was beyond his control. The fact that the state police were under budget, undermanned, and he's had to pick up that workload just to keep our areas and our citizens safe. I think it's important to know that in 2015, that the support from the supplemental support from the fiscal court was $462,507. This year, the supplement from the fiscal court will be $1,691,330. And we've done that every year since we've been in office to help him get the things that he needs to keep you all safe. And so, Sheriff, we appreciate what you do over there. We appreciate you, man. I've said it before. Every time I see them, they're all professional, and they do a great job for the county. We certainly appreciate you all.
Thank you.
I'm gonna add to that just a little bit because I think we all got to learn. I think part of our job here as elected officials that we have to educate our community, and we've been able to do those things because this court has been very efficient with spending. Very efficient. We've got good practices, good policies, good procedures. Because we didn't come to the taxpayers when it was time to give the sheriff money to support law enforcement, to provide that service in our county, and ask for an increase. We were able to give him that money in the sheriff's department, that money, along with the jail, without having to create extra new revenues. And we are still doing that today. And I want our community to know that we're providing that law enforcement service because we want our communities to be safe and protected and have that law enforcement presence. And the state laws were never designed for the sheriff's department to be the primary law enforcement agency of a county. That was state police. And as long as I'm here, I'm going to continue to support law enforcement. But we also need our citizens to be able to be mindful of these services that we are providing and not asking for additional increases in revenue to support it. We're doing it with those savings, being good stewards of our taxpayer dollars. But at some point, we're going to run out of revenues, right? There's at some point, we've got to have a serious discussion as a court of how we're going to continue to increase when our tax bases, when our rates, y'all know what our property taxes are doing, they continue to go down. So those are going to be discussions that we're going to have in the future as a court.
I think it's also important, Judge, just for the community to know that that when we took office in 2015 and through those years and this support over there, it's been things. When we first took office over there, they didn't have bulletproof vests for all their deputies. We provided the money for bulletproof vests, backup weapons. They didn't have backup weapons for their deputies. We've provided the tasers, computer equipment for their cruisers, just the things and the tools that they need to do their job, along with advanced training that they received with the drug epidemic. So
And cruisers.
and cruisers.
Yeah.
We've done a bunch of cruisers.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We just lost one in a tornado the other day, didn't we, Sheriff?
Yeah. But that's better than anybody getting hurt, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
I'd just like to add something
Sure.
to that, talking about the cost of everything. The general public out there knows when they go to the gas station or the grocery store, prices are up. Everything we buy goes up too. But they pay the price, but sometimes it's going to come to the point that we got to pay a bigger price too, and we're going to need the money to do that with. But we're no different than anybody else. You know, our equipment costs more every year. Just the cost of utilities and everything goes up just like everybody else. But they don't want, a lot of them don't want to realize that.
Yep. And I want the community to also know that my door is always open. If anybody would ever want to come and sit down with me and learn about our finances and understand the structures of county government and how our revenue stream comes in and our expenditures go out, if there's ever any kind of group, subdivision association, it doesn't matter. I've learned early on being judge executive that one of my number one roles is to try to help educate the community about the facts. And I think for far too long, community leaders have not given the facts. They've been afraid to talk about the facts. They've told people what they wanted to hear. And I think that's what a lot is wrong with our government at all levels. And it might be a little bit of doomsday sometimes, but again, it's the facts. It's the reality that we face. I always say Madison County has a proud past, and it's got a promising future. and it's got a promising future because of the elected officials that are sitting here with me today that are trying to make it a better place and tell the facts. So I'm going to get off my soapbox. Thank you for listening. Any other discussion? Call the roll, please.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Botkin,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Sheriff, as you can see, you've got a big support group. So. Next, Resolution 2021-135, Madison County Planning Commission Board appointment. A resolution for the appointment of the Madison County Fiscal Court to the Madison County Planning Commission Board, whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is responsible for the appointment of Madison County Planning Commission Board members, and whereas a vacancy to the Madison County Planning Commission Board is open, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has found Neil Metcalf as fit for the position as board member of the Madison County Planning Commission Board. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve Neil Metcalf as Madison County Planning Commission Board member. I need a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2021-135.
Move to approve Resolution 2021-135.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
So Judge, quick question. So I served on the Planning and Zoning Commission, here in Berea, and I'm curious, when we look at the makeup of the county P&Z, what does that makeup look like? As far as where these people are coming from within the county, does that?
Yeah, we try to really, I guess, be diverse.
Okay.
And try to get from all over, kind of Berea, southern end, north end, east end, west end. But I also look at what expertise that somebody might have. These next two appointments, I'll go ahead and tell you. When I looked at Neil is actually in a commercial real estate profession, and so I thought he would be a good addition. He lives kind of out in the Union City area, but he knows a lot about development and is around that. So I thought he would bring some expertise there. He's replacing. Well, I'm not really sure which one he's replacing because I had two come off, but we really try to be mindful in who it is. Our next one that we're getting ready to talk about in a minute is Judge Klaus, and I thought he would be a good appointment because of his legal background. Years ago, we had David Bohannon, so that brought kind of a legal perspective to the commission, and we lost David a few years ago, and I thought that Judge Klaus would be a good one for that reason. So it's not just I guess cast out a net and see how many names you can pull in. We really do try to be mindful to get good because we want good boards and we want them to be diverse. We want them to have good conversation, be able to help us make good decisions because Planning Commission does, help with the comprehensive plan, casting that vision of our community 20 years down the road. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, kind of what your philosophy was on as far as putting people on it, because I can tell you from, serving on a commission like this that I promise you it's thankless. And I appreciate those who step up and say, yes, I will serve on that commission.
Yep.
Because it's vital to our county and vital to our city. So thank you all.
Yep. Thank you, buddy.
Yep.
All right, any other discussion about the appointment of Neil Metcalf? And Neil's appointment will expire on December 30th, 2023. So he's actually fulfilling the rest of somebody else's term. So just FYI. Because they're typically 4-year terms, right? Yep. Yep. All right, no more discussion. Call the roll.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Botkin,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Next, a resolution for the appointment of Madison County Fiscal Court to the Madison County Planning Commission Board, whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is responsible for the appointment of Madison County Planning Commission Board members, and whereas a vacancy to the Madison County Planning Commission Board is open, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has found Bill Klaus as fit for the position as board member of the Madison County Planning Commission Board. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve Bill Klaus as a Madison County Planning Commission Board member. I have a motion and a second for Resolution 2021-136.
So move, please.
So moved.
Second.
Resolution 2021-136.
Yep.
Judge Klaus.
Second, Judge.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Do we have any more discussion? And we do have Bill here with us today.
Yep.
Judge Klaus, really appreciate you being here. Yep. Yeah, appreciate you serving. No more discussion? Call the roll.
Master Buckin,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Next, Resolution 2021-137, a resolution for the appointment of the Madison County Fiscal Court to the Madison County Utilities Board. Whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is responsible for the appointment of Madison County Utilities Board members, and whereas the current term for Jody Foster is set to expire December 30th, 2021, and whereas Jody Foster has proven his capability in serving as Madison County Utilities Board member and is willing to continue serving in this capacity, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has found Jody Foster as fit for the position as board member of the Madison County Utilities Board. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve Jody Foster as a Madison County Utilities Board member. Do I have a motion, a second, to approve Resolution 2021-137?
Make a motion to accept 2021-137.
Second that.
Have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
Judge, like Ben said a while ago, these boards are pretty much thankless positions, but they're very vital to operating and the infrastructure of our county. And this utility board is basically the water district for the county water system, and I've served on that board, and it's they meet once a month and discuss issues about construction of water lines and upkeep of water lines, and they've got a good board over there and a good chair on that with Jim Carr. So.
And that board, just being for your knowledge, that is the water district kind of for the more northern part of the county. But that was a merger of a lot of different water districts back many years ago. And so in that board, we really try to have the makeup really based off of where those old districts used to be. So like Jody, he's out of the Kingston area because Kingston Water District used to be part of that group that merged. And you know, we have some from Waco Water District, and I guess there was the old Madison, what was it called, Whitehall Water District.
That's
and
right.
So we try to get somebody kind of from those little communities that all form on that board.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Yep. All right, any other discussion? Seeing none, call the roll.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Buckin.
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Next, Resolution 2021-138, a resolution for the appointment of the Madison County Fiscal Court to the Madison County Utilities Board. Whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is responsible for the appointment of Madison County Utilities Board members, and whereas the current term for Gina Fultz is set to expire January 1st, 2022, and whereas Gina Fultz has proven her capability in serving as a Madison County Utilities Board member and is willing to continue serving in this capacity, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has found Gina Fultz as fit for the position as board member of the Madison County Utilities Board. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve Gina Fultz as a Madison County Utilities Board member. I need a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2021-138.
Motion. Go ahead, John.
Motion to approve Resolution 2021-138, Judge.
Second.
All right, thank you all. Do we have any discussion? And I haven't really been announcing this, but just for the court's information, the appointment will expire on her on January 1st, 2026.
Judge, I observed for the court on that board, and Gina does a good job. She's a vital part of the discussions.
That's good, thank you. Any other comments, questions? Seeing none, call the roll.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Buckin,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Next, a resolution for the appointment of the Madison County Fiscal Court to the Northern Madison County Sanitation District Board. Whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is responsible for the appointment of the Northern Madison County Sanitation District Board members, and whereas the current term for Marcella Hayden is set to expire January the 10th, 2022, and whereas Marcella Hayden has proven her capability in serving as a Northern Madison County Sanitation District Board member and is willing to continue serving in this capacity. Whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has found Marcella Hayden as fit for the position as board member, of the Northern Madison County Sanitation District Board. Now therefore be it resolved that the fiscal court does hereby approve Marcella Hayden as the Northern Madison County Sanitation District Board member. Do I have a motion and a second? 2021-139.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? I will say Marcella has served on our board for many years, and I think she's really vital. She's our secretary. She takes all the minutes and the notes. Has always been engaged, and I think some of you all might remember better than I would, but the Northern Sanitation District was created because of the packaging plants like we had out at Madison Village, and and Marcella was a big advocate for that, and that's how she got put on the board. So I really appreciate her long-time service on that. Really understands it, has a lot of experience on her board. And our sanitation district has grown, as you well know, Rod.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So, call the roll, please.
Master Tudor?
Yes.
Master Bucking?
Yes.
Master Robinson?
Yes.
Master Barger?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. A resolution for the appointment of the Madison County Fiscal Court to the Madison County Public Library Board. Whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is responsible for the appointment of Madison County Public Library Board members, and whereas a vacancy on the Madison County Public Library Board is open, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has found Kristen Wilson is fit for the position as a board member of the Madison County Public Library Board of Directors. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve Kristen Wilson as a Madison County Public Library Board member. Do I have a motion and a second?
So move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
Just to the fact, Judge, I talked to you about this last night when we were looking over this documents and stuff, and I think it'd be helpful if if the public knew how that these particular candidates were chosen, picked and chosen. As far as that letter comes from the state.
Yeah, do you want me to tell them, or you going?
Please.
Me tell them. The library board actually sends up recommendations to the library and archives at the state level, and then from the state level approves those nominees, and then sends it back down to us as a fiscal court. So it's sort of like we're ratifying that decision by library and archives. Is that what you wanted?
Yes, that's not
yep.
our choice, is what I'm getting at. They suggest who they, or nominate who they want.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Any other questions? Seeing none, call the roll, please.
Master Bucking?
Yes.
Master Robinson?
Yes.
Master Barger?
Yes.
Master Tudor?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. I think maybe next time we should spread out these appointments. We had a lot of them come due at the same time. A resolution for the appointment of the Madison County Fiscal Court to the Madison County Public Library Board, whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is responsible for the appointment of the Madison County Public Library Board members, and whereas a vacancy on the Madison County Public Library Board is open, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has found Katie Perkins is fit for the position as a board member of the Madison County Public Library Board of Directors. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve Katie Perkins as a Madison County Public Library Board member.
Judge, I'd like to make a motion to approve Resolution 2021-141.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, call the roll.
Master Robinson?
Yes.
Master Barger?
Yes.
Master Tudor?
Yes.
Master Bucking?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Next, Resolution 2021-142, Madison County Airport Board appointment. A resolution for the appointment of the Madison County Fiscal Court to the Madison County Airport Board, Inc., whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is responsible for the appointment of Madison County Airport Board members, and whereas the current term for Adrienne Millett is set to expire January 1st, 2022, and whereas Adrienne Millett has proven her capability in serving as Madison County Airport Board, Inc. member and is willing to continue serving in this capacity. And whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has found Adrienne Millett as fit for the position as board member of the Madison County Airport Board, Inc. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve Adrienne Millett as a Madison Airport Board, Inc. member.
Motion to approve Resolution 2021-142, Judge.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. And just for y'all's knowledge on this, and this actually states out in KRS how we do our appointments at our board. Now that we have partnered with Eastern and they're a fourth partner, each governing entity gets 2 appointments, and we basically are ratifying the other government's appointment. So this Adrian Millett is a Richmond City government appointment. But we all have to agree and approve those appointments.
Thank you, Judge. You answered my question before I had asked.
Yep.
Chance to answer.
So just a quick comment on that, Judge. Being the liaison for the county to the Madison Airport Board, I see Dr. Millett's work firsthand for the last 7 years. She's top chef. This year, she's the treasurer for the airport board. She's very strict with the funds on how they're used, and is very good in the accountability of those funds. And she's definitely a good asset. Glad we have her.
It's good. Thank you all. All right, we do have a motion and a second for Resolution 2021-142. Call the roll.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Bakken.
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Next, a resolution for the appointment of Madison County Fiscal Court to the Madison Airport Board, Inc., whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is responsible for the appointment of Madison Airport Board, Inc. board members, and whereas the current term for Wilma Walker is set to expire January 1st, 2022, whereas Wilma Walker has proven her capability in serving as Madison Airport Board, Inc. member and is willing to continue serving in this capacity, whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has found Wilma Walker is fit for the position as board member of the Madison Airport Board, Inc. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve Wilma Walker as a Madison Airport Board, Inc. member. I need a motion and a second for Resolution 2021-143.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Just again, Judge, Dr. Walker, I've seen her for over 7 years out at the airport board. All of these people, it's not just these 2, but everyone's on that airport board. They love the airport. That is definitely a viable piece of the economy to Madison County and the economic development to Madison County. A lot of people don't realize the traffic that goes through there in a monthly basis, with a lot of corporate execs coming in here to tour, to look at facilities, prospective customers coming into the airport to look at land, and those discussions with city and county officials. I've seen Dr. Walker lobby for funds at the congressional level. I've seen her do a lot of good things out there, and we certainly want to thank her for her service, Judge.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
I agree.
Thank you, Tom. Any other comments? Seeing none, call the roll.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Bakken,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. All right, thank you all. Resolution 2021-144. This is Madison County Road Supervisor appointment. Morgan? Good morning. Is it still morning?
We're almost there. All right, so this is Resolution 2021-144, a resolution for the appointment of the Madison County Fiscal Court to the Madison County Road Supervisor. Whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is responsible for the appointment of the Madison County Road Supervisor, and whereas a vacancy for the Madison County Road Supervisor is open, and whereas on the basis of an oral examination and evaluation of experience, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has found Scott Shepard to be qualified for the purpose of County Road Supervisor for the County of Madison, Kentucky, in accordance with KRS 179.020. And whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has found Scott Shepard as fit for the position as Madison County Road Supervisor. Now therefore be it resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve Scott Shepard as the Madison County Road Supervisor.
All right. Do I have a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2021-144?
Judge, I'd like to make a motion to approve Resolution 2021-144, the appointment of Scott Shepard for Madison County Road Supervisor.
Second that.
I have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
Judge, we've worked with Scott for several years now. I don't know if you've been there 6 years, Scott?
7.
7 years. And he's very easy to work with. He knows his job. He's been administrator, but he has been overseeing also some of the road projects, and so I think he's the best fit for the position. We're gonna miss him at the position he had, but I think he's gonna try to help work on that too. So, a dual position there, Scott, and I thank you and look forward to continuing working with you for several years. Thank you, sir.
We all, Judge, are very fortunate that we have people down at the road department like Scott who, when constituents call us, we've said this many times, the most important road in Madison County is the one that runs in front of your house. And we know that because we receive the calls on them every single day. And when you have something that you deem as emergency, well, we relay that to the road department, and based on what their work schedule is with everything else they got going on, they, and in most cases, show up really fast to take care and clear roads and take care of property. And so we certainly appreciate that, and we appreciate our road department.
Absolutely. Any other comments? All right, seeing none, call the roll, please.
Master Botkin,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate you. Thank you, court members. Next, Resolution 2021-145, a resolution to amend the 2021-2022 employee classification schedule. Morgan.
Resolution 2021-145, a resolution to amend the 2021-2022 employee classification schedule. This resolution supersedes Resolution 2021-54 and Resolution 2021-76, whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court has established an employee classification system and years of service for the benefit of all employees of the Fiscal Court, and whereas the employee classification system is updated annually, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court wishes to have a competitive mechanism for assessing the rate of pay for positions of Madison County employees, and whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court wishes to provide a template for management and employees to grow and develop within the county structure, and whereas the Madison County Administrative Code outlines the process to utilize the classification schedule for consideration of pay adjustments. Now therefore it be resolved that the Fiscal Court does hereby approve this amendment to the 2021-2022 employee classification schedule.
All right, thank you, Morgan. Y'all have heard Resolution 2021-145. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Do we have any discussion?
I think it's good for individuals to know, Judge, that this classification schedule, that was something that we created after we got in office. It was a way for individuals to come in and to know that after a certain amount of time, they could expect a certain amount of pay. And also based on their reviews that they get with their supervisor, that also factors in their annual raises. So this is something that's been created across the board in almost all of our departments, and it's a good tool.
Yes, and I'd like to address a few points for the court as well and for any of our constituents that are here, just to kind of explain why we're doing this outside of our traditional review with the fiscal year. I don't think in July that any of us really could have expected the labor issues that we're currently experiencing, not only within the county, but, you know, the entire community as well. So I just wanted to kind of go over the changes that you guys may have seen in your Dropbox on that classification schedule, and kind of update some of those responsibilities. So within the road department, this involves the elimination of the road advisor or administrator position, which was Scott's previous position. So now we will be adding the office manager position, and that office manager position is going to be assuming some of those roles and responsibilities of the road administrator, but majority of those responsibilities are going to go to the road supervisor. So that's our administrative structure that changed. We also are acknowledging that CDL drivers are extremely scarce, and we are extremely short within the road department right now. Currently, we do not have enough CDL drivers to complete all of the snow routes, which our citizens are accustomed to. So that is currently, you know, what the shortage is affecting. So this proposal within there is to add a seasonal position. And that seasonal position is going to be individuals specific to snow removal driving. And so they are going to be coming in at $20 an hour. So we know that could affect our internal team a little bit. But to accommodate that and encourage the retainment of our individuals who have really good institutional knowledge and ones that we would love to have around, we are going to also give them an incentive pay during those snow events.
Is it gonna be equal to or greater than?
It'll be equal to $6 an hour because that's our lowest paid individual. So whatever that rate is on the hour, they'll have $6 added to that. So if we have an individual at 14, they'll be up to 20, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and that was my question. If the bump for our current employees is gonna be that of what we're bringing in, seasonal folks.
Right,
to
yeah.
do it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And this increase is only during snow?
Snow.
Just
Exactly.
a snow event.
Yes.
Yeah, when we're plowing snow.
And we vetted this a little bit too with just sort of, I guess, somewhat standards of other entities and what they do. And when we did our research, this was kind of a standard on the public side and private side, that when individuals are in the snow season or snow route, pushing snow, there's additional pay. So,
Yeah.
we got to be competitive. I mean, we've been down in the road department. I think we're down 8 people,
Yeah.
and we can't get people to apply either. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, Scott and I can both vouch for this. We've had probably 2 applicants within the past 6 months at least. And the applicants that did apply were not qualified to be CDL drivers, so.
More, you might add that we are still looking for those part-time CDL snow.
Yeah,
People are willing to
absolutely.
push snow. So if anybody out there is looking for a job and they have a CDL, contact Scott Shepherd or you at the Human Resources.
Yeah,
Or-
absolutely.
It's also, good to know, Judge, that we're all fighting for the same people.
Right.
State needs drivers, we need drivers, the
Allen
school-
Company needs
School board
drivers.
needs drivers,
School board.
contractors need drivers, we all need drivers, so we're all fighting for the same people. It's hard to compare when the Fayette County School Board's offering $32 an hour for a part-time driver. I probably shouldn't have said that, because everybody's gonna run to Fayette County. But I mean, that's what we're dealing with, that's one of our challenges.
In addition to the road change, you guys probably noticed as well that we have, in addition to the battlefield section of the classification code, in recent years, our play has increased tremendously, and I think Gary and I can both owe that to the excellent course conditions. We have Chris and Tony out there year-round making improvements to it, and I feel like we've got a lot of great feedback from constituents on the upgrade of play at Battlefield. But to maintain that excellence year-round, and even in the warmer month of December, Gary and I think it's pretty important that we have an individual to help Chris and Tony. So we are proposing that we add a full-time grounds maintenance employee.
All right. Is that it? Good. Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Do we have any additional discussion?
Judge, if I might, may not be appropriate at this time. I know you and I have discussed, and I've discussed with most of the magistrates, the critical need at the jail. Our vacancies, actually this morning, we were 7 people short. 4 vacancies, some extended sick leaves. Obviously, I have a request into the fiscal court to increase our incoming pay for deputies. I know we've discussed that, and I know you're working on a plan to address the entire county. But our need at the jail, as of today, actually for the last few weeks, is critical. I'm actually augmenting most of my positions now with command staff and admin staff working the floor. So I just implore and ask the fiscal court to please address this as soon as possible.
I hear your plea.
Okay.
Yep. Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, call the roll.
Magistrate Robinson?
Yes.
Magistrate Barger?
Yes.
Magistrate Tudor?
Yes.
Magistrate Lockton?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Next, Resolution 2021-146. This is a CSEP engineer contract. Jennifer. Thank you, Morgan, too. I don't know if I said that. Thank you.
Resolution 2021-146, a resolution approving a contractual agreement for professional service. Whereas the CSEP program is in need of engineering studies for miscellaneous work related to the deployment of the public safety radio system. And whereas the Madison County Fiscal Court is required to approve all contracts in accordance with the administrative code, and whereas Madison County wishes to have an agreement with the engineer for general miscellaneous work, including but not limited to plan review, miscellaneous meetings, and any other on-call engineering services that may be requested involving public radio system. And whereas Madison County EMA CSEP wishes to contract with Hayworth, Meyer, Boland Professional Engineers based on the price breakdown in the contract. Now therefore be it resolved that the fiscal court does hereby approve to enter into this agreement and authorizes the judge executive to execute same on behalf of the county.
Thank you, Jennifer. Do I have a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2021-146?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion?
Just quickly, some of the language, Judge, I spoke to you about this last night, details that their payments for their submitted claims should be done in 30 days. So I've got Glenna here. I'm going to put her on the spot on this because I had just a question on whether we are able to make that commitment to a 30-day response on their claims.
30-day to the vendor?
Yes.
We are on all of the ones that the fiscal court makes. Not always can we on the CSEP because they have to be paid by advance payments. It takes longer. We have to wait till the money comes in from the state before we can pay that out. On anything that's not CSEP, yes, we pay it within 30 days. That's state law.
What about if we're not asking for an advance payment?
If we're not asking for advance payment, most likely, I mean, they turn them in, but they should be paid within 30 days.
30 days, yeah.
But on advance payments, we don't have a choice.
I just want to make sure that we can make that commitment on this particular one.
On which one?
On the
On this
engineering.
contract, this contract's just,
Contract.
in their contract, they're saying that it's due within, their payment is due within 30 days of receipt of the invoice. And so Tom's just wanting to make sure that that doesn't need to be 60 days or.
I would have to double check the contract, but I do believe that the original contract draw-up listed 30 days. If I remember correctly, we modified that to be 45 to 60-day payment range as opposed to the 30. I would have to.
So if we can pay it sooner, we will pay it sooner.
We have to pay it within 3 days of the money coming through. So as soon as that federal money hits our bank account,
Yes.
it has to be back out of our bank account within 3 days.
I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the 30-day needs to be amended. I'm not sure if this is the appropriate time for that, Judge, but I would like to make a motion that we amend that payment from 30 days to 60 days.
Would you care to make it the motion giving me the authorization to
Research it?
to approve, to negotiate with them
Yes.
30 to 60 days, you know, because if they come back, say 45, you say in your motion 60, just give me a little bit of room to be able to negotiate with them
So
in case we need it. And you can make it up to 90 days, as long as you give me the,
Yeah, I think 60 days is fine. So I would amend that. I would like to say that I'd make the motion. Is that, help me, Counselor?
We've got a procedural issue.
All right.
So the motion was made by Ben. Tom cannot make another motion on this motion.
okay.
Well,
So
you need to vote this one, or you can amend your motion to
yeah, he can amend his motion.
cover what Tom's done.
So yes, I would like to amend my
that's easy.
motion, not to exceed 90 days in payment, and the judge can negotiate in good faith on our behalf.
Yeah.
Is that good, Tom?
Yes.
Okay.
And so then we need a second for the amendment.
Second there.
Yeah. All right. So we have a motion and a second on a new motion that he amended. All right. Is that good? Any more discussion?
You're good procedurally.
Yeah. Yeah. We're good? All right. Call the roll.
Master Berger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Bakken,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Thank you. Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you.
All right, personnel, EMA CSEP, you're still up.
Yes, sir, I'm still here. We would like to request the court's permission to hire 3 individuals today. All 3 positions are 100% funded by CSEP, and all 3 positions are for the Emergency Operations Center Technician, which provides the 24 hours a day, 7 days a week staffing for the EOC, and these will either be second or third shift positions. The first individual, we would like to request the court's permission to hire Shane Brindley as an EOC technician with the proposed salary of $16.90 per hour.
All right, do I have a motion and a second to approve the recommendation by Jennifer Hitch?
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second? Any discussion? Seeing none, call the roll.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Botkin,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Berger,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes.
All right, the second individual, we would like to request the court's permission to hire is Travis Lovett. He would be hired as an EOC technician with a proposed starting salary of $16.41 per hour.
Do I have a motion and a second to approve Travis Lovett?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second? Good. Call the roll, please.
Master Botkin,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Berger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes.
Got it. She was assisting me. The proposed start date, I apologize, I forgot to mention. The proposed start date for Mr. Brindley and for Mr. Lovett are both on December 15th, which would be tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I'm looking to HR,
Um,
yes. The form says December 28th. The welcome email had December 15th.
Which is it Morgan, 28th or the 15th? Fifteenth. And say that Travis is when?
Same.
Okay. All right. Okay, next one.
Yes, sir. The third one is Jasa Connolly. And we are requesting the court's permission to hire her as an EOC technician. Proposed salary $16.41 per hour, and her start date would be December 28th.
That's what I've got. Yeah.
That's what's it.
Okay. All right. I need a motion and a second to approve Jasa Conley at $16.41 an hour as a EOC tech starting on December 28th, 2021.
So move.
Have a
Second.
motion? Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, call the roll.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Berger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Botkin,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. All right, thanks, Jennifer. Appreciate it. Next is golf. Garrett,
You skipped the road department.
Road Department,
did I?
Department.
22.
I've got golf as 22.
Oh, I added a 23. Split the
Okay.
difference.
Maybe we're going
okay.
with golf.
That's okay.
All right.
Yeah.
This morning, I'd like to get your approval for a hire for full-time ground crew employee. Just before I do that formally, Scott Clark, who's here this morning, he actually has put 2 tours in with us as a seasonal grounds crew. Back, I believe, in 2015 and 16. Then he had the nerve to stay away from us until this past May when he came back. He brings a great deal of expertise and experience with him, so today I'd like to get the approval to hire Scott Clark as a full-time grounds crew employee at $10.50 an hour beginning 12/15/2021.
All right. Do I have a motion and a second to approve Scott Clark as full-time grounds crew, $10.50 an hour, starting on 12/15?
So moved,
December
Judge.
15th,
Second.
2021. So I have a motion, I have a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, call the roll.
Master Berger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Buckin.
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gary. Next is personnel in the road department. Morgan?
So I have a promotion in the road department, and that'll be for Melissa Settle. Melissa's current title is Office Administrator 3, and we would like to promote her to Office Manager at a starting salary of $38,000. And that would be effective 12/22.
12/22. All right. Upon Morgan's recommendation, do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Judge, I'd just like to say that Melissa does a great job as a secretary and road, whatever we need down there. I can't add enough to her title. She just answers the phone and directs the crew down there what they need and works with Scott quite well. And so I'm all in favor of giving her promotion down there.
And just talk about this. This is all part of this kind of how we're restructuring the road department.
Right.
You know, but if you remember, we got rid of the road administrator position. But we're restructuring some of our people in there to make it all work. So appreciate Scott's recommendations to me and how we're restructuring, working with him. But this is just part of that. Any other comments or discussion? Seeing none, call the roll.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Buckin.
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Berger,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Morgan. Next.
Our next promotion is for Scott Shepherd. Scott's here with us today. From Road Administrator to Road Supervisor at a proposed salary of $75,000 and effective date 12/22.
All right, upon Morgan's recommendation, do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Just to make a comment that Scott does a great job down there, and whatever job we need him to do, he's always been Johnny on the spot. So
Yep.
I appreciate you, Scott.
All right, any other questions, comments, discussion?
I think it's just fitting to know that that position, regardless of who's down there, is just a thankless job. 'Cause you get it from everybody. You get it from the citizens on a daily basis. You get it from the magistrates on a daily basis. You get it from the judge on a daily basis. And to put all that together and coordinate that and make that happen and make everybody happy is a feat in itself. So we thank you very much.
Anything else?
Well, I'd like to speak, I'm going out of turn, but I'd like to say something about Scott and the performance. When you took over this position and the road department was in pretty rough shape, equipment-wise, they were spending more on keeping equipment running and on the road than they were on a payment they'd be making on a new truck. That fleet of snowplow trucks is all new trucks. Everything's been replaced, and at the same time, Scott has lowered the budget of that road department drastically. And that's not just a one-time savings, that's a recurring annual savings that allows you all to do the kind of things that you can for the sheriff's department and other agencies to move that money elsewhere. That Scott's single-handedly did that on his own. Just that's because that's who he is.
Yep.
I felt like I wanted to say something earlier, and I didn't. I feel like I want to say something now, but it's an extreme asset to the county to have Scott there in that spot.
Agreed. Glad you finally decided to speak up.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get
We've
Robinson.
been waiting, you know.
I'm just trying to get Robinson right on every vote. That's all I'm.
All right, anything else? All right, seeing none, call the roll.
Master Buckin,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Berger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Now Scott is doing the next ones. Okay.
As well. I'd just like to thank everybody for the kind words. I'll be there for you. I'll do the best I can. May not always be 100%, but we'll work till we get it to 100%. I'm going to ask for a couple of hires today. The first one is going to be for a seasonal snow removal CDL truck driver. This is a new position we just created. I'd like to hire Kenneth Brenniger for $20 per hour, effective date 12/15/2021.
I'll make a motion to hire Kenneth Brenninger as a part-time road department employee to push snow.
Seasonal.
Seasonal.
Season. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Call the roll.
Master Robinson?
Yes.
Master Berger?
Yes.
Master Tudor?
Yes.
Master Botkin?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. All right.
My next recommendation is probably gonna be a little bit confusing. Matt Grant for seasonal snow truck driver and effective date 12/22/2021 for $20 an hour. Matt has gave us his 2-week notice, and he is going to start a business on his own. Judge and I have spent hours with him. This is a decision that he's made. We're gonna back him with it, but he still would like to come and help us. So we're gonna offer him this part-time position to come back and help us with snow removal.
Judge, motion to approve Matt Grant as seasonal snow removal at $20 an hour effective 12/22/2021.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Judge, I'd just like to say we're gonna miss Matt.
Yeah.
As,
Absolutely.
you know, with the road department. He's did a great job, and I can understand him going out on his own with his own business, and I appreciate his willingness to come back in hard times while we need snowplow drivers and fill that position on a part-time basis. So
Shows a lot about his character.
Yeah. You know, it makes it a little bittersweet. You know, it's bitter that he's leaving us, right? Because he's such an awesome person. But it's sweet because he's spreading his wings and flying. I mean, and that's what we want to build in our team and employees. I want the employees that Kenny told me this. Do you want employees that nobody wants, or do you want employees that everybody wants? I want employees everybody wants, because that means that they're the best. But not only Matt, he's a good person. He'll do great things, and I'm proud of him. I support him in his endeavors, and we'll miss him. And I think Scott's right. This shows what kind of character he is, and this shows that he's not leaving on bad terms, right? I mean, he's got dreams, and we need to support people's dreams. So, any more discussion? Seeing none, call the roll.
Master Berger?
Yes.
Master Tudor?
yes.
Master Botkin?
Yes.
Master Robinson?
Yes.
Judge Taylor?
Yes. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate everybody. All right, real quick, judge's report. We got just a few announcements. The Richmond Teen Center is located at 325 North Estill Street. I think it's North Estill Avenue. In Richmond, we'll be showing a movie, The Elf, tonight at 6:30 p.m. This event is for middle and high school students and their families. So anybody that would be interested in going to see The Elf tonight with a big group, feel free to go to the Richmond Teen Center for that at 6:30. The Berea Citizen and Whitaker Bank of Madison and Rockcastle counties will be accepting monetary donations to assist in the relief efforts of tornadoes that struck the western part of Kentucky. Check contributions can be dropped off at any Whitaker Bank location in Richmond, Berea, Waco, and Mount Vernon. Checks should be made out to Kentucky Baptist Convention, CO Disaster Relief. So anybody that would like to participate in that, that's a Whitaker Bank branch bank buildings around Berea, Richmond, and Rockcastle counties. The Madison County Farmers Market will be hosting a holiday party on Saturday, December 18th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Dreaming Creek Brewery on East Irvin Street in Richmond. Everyone is welcome, and there will be activities for all ages. The Richmond Area Arts Council has partnered with the Richmond Center to host the holidays at the Richmond Center on Saturday, December 18th from 12 until 3 p.m. Santa will be there along with live music and many other activities. The Richmond Police Department is hosting their annual Feed Our Families food drive through the end of 2021. Just drop off non-perishable food items in the special bins at the Richmond Walmart, and the officers from Richmond Police Department will take care of the rest. Madison County Courthouse and its related offices will be closed for the Christmas and New Year's holidays. We'll be closed on Thursday and Friday, December 23rd and 24th for the Christmas holiday. We'll be closed on Thursday and Friday, December 30th and 31st for the New Year's holiday. Our offices will reopen on December 27th after the Christmas holiday, and then January 3rd after the New Year's holiday. Yeah, we'll get him in just a second. Next is comments from magistrates. Ben, I'm going to start with you today as our new magistrate, District 1.
Well, thank you, and it was definitely a marathon session, especially for those of you in the crowd at Madison County Leadership. You've got to see what, we do here as a fiscal court for the good folks in Madison County. Judge Taylor remarked on some financial headwinds, for lack of a better word, that I believe that we're going to have, and I think that we need to start having those discussions about them. When you look at, CSEP will be leaving relatively soon. That cost is going to have to be borne by not only the fiscal court but others as well. And then also when we look at the department and department heads and what they do to keep things running, it's a testament to the great people that we have in those positions, whether it's at the jail or sheriff's department, or the coroner's office, or all the others, the roads, as well as our planning and zoning folks to keep things running. And it's you're right, Judge, that we want to hire the best people. But sometimes, to get the best people, we need to look at our current, hourly rate and what we bring people in on, and to try to get those best people. And tough decisions are going to have to be made. I know that. And it has been, I appreciate, the department heads and folks that I've met with within the county, and being very candid and transparent with me, and the same with, Judge Taylor. I appreciate you taking me around and kind of showing me different things within the county, and meeting the folks at CSEP and meeting the folks at the road department and others. So, we have, I'm not going to, sugarcoat it and tell you what you want to hear. We got a lot of work to do. And there's going to have to be some tough decisions, I believe, that are going to need to be made. And I think that we have a team here that can do it. Also, would like to thank, obviously, Governor Beshear for the appointment. I also like to thank my wife, Judge Brown, for swearing me in, and my family members that were here in attendance, as well as the Reynolds family and Beverly Harker Road for being here as well. I reached out to them when I got the appointment and asked them if they would be here, and they gladly said yes. So it's a pleasure to serve District 1, and as I told Judge Taylor, that sometimes we have to make decisions that are not the most popular, but they're the tough decision that needs to be made. And I can assure the folks here in the county, as well as in the district, that I'm all about making the right decision for the county, regardless of its popularity. So I'm glad to be on board the fiscal court, and I look forward to serving this term and future.
Yep.
So thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Raj.
I just want to welcome you to the court again.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Right
We always can use another voice on the court.
Raj is our senior member.
Yeah, I'll have 20 years in when I leave next year.
Oh, wow.
So, but I'll keep it short, but I appreciate everybody hanging with us, because this has been a lengthy meeting. But we do have a good court. Since this court has come together, it's never been a Republican-Democrat argument at all. And I don't think it ever will be. Because we all, even though we're in different districts, have the same problems that we need to deal with. And we understand what that guy's going through, because we have the same thing. But I won't keep you too long, but I appreciate everybody being with us, and Merry Christmas to everybody.
Thank you, Raj. John?
I'd just like to say, Judge, I appreciate the members of this court, and welcome Ben to join with us, and appreciate Sheriff Coyle and Jailer Tussey over there for the hard work that they do, and we are gonna try to work with you and get some more finances so you can keep some employees over there. It's a tough decisions we have to make here, and it's thanks for the public support that we get. I just wanna ask the public, at this time of disaster, if there's any way you can give $5 or $10 to support the tornado victims in Western Kentucky, please do so. A big shout out to John and Erica Clark over at Southern and Fairstown Middle School. They put together 3 loads of clothes, food, toys, household necessities, and headed out at 4 o'clock this morning. And I was privileged to work with that group, and that's going to be some help down there, but their help will be needed for several months in the future. So if you can see it fit to give $5 or $10 to the relief fund and the tornado victims in Western Kentucky, it'd very much be appreciated. That's all I got, Judge.
Thanks, John. Tom?
It's been a whirlwind 2 weeks, Judge. We went from Christmas parades to disaster relief. That covers a lot of ground. We were able to tour the workforce pathway at the Kit Carson Commons. It's an excellent facility over there. I encourage everybody to try to get a look at it. They're going to help single family full-time students with a low cost of rent, and it's just a great facility. They do a lot of things, and you can contact them over at EKU there to find out information about that if you think you qualify for that. I talked to Dustin Heiser down at Mayfield yesterday about their needs and what I was thinking in the terms of the county, and we have trucks that we could possibly send to support them, but what he told me was they don't need anything right now, that they are actually still in recovery mode. They're not doing cleanup yet. They're still hunting for people, as much as we hate to say that, and I feel so bad for those folks, but they're still hunting for people. Their efforts, as far as equipment goes, he said they had all of the state equipment, that the state resources had really been poured in down there. The governor has given them equipment. They've got everything that they need. The one thing that they asked was, and the 2 things that they told me that they did need, was generators, and they need dollars. So I was glad to see you talking about the banks having set up. You can also donate by texting Red Cross to 90999 to make a $10 donation that will go straight to those folks down there, not just in Mayville, but in the areas up and down through them. There was a lot of places that were devastated down through there, but you know, one of the things of sending, and we need to, I agree, we need to send things down there, but one of their issues down there, which Dustin was telling me about yesterday, there's no place to put it. You've seen the pictures of Mayville. There is nothing there. There's no place to store. I mean, they've got problems, big problems. It's going to take them a while to get out of that. I was told that there were, in just that tornado path, that there were 8,000 telephone poles down and damaged. I mean, just think about that in itself, how long it will take to replace 8,000 telephone poles. It's a massive cleanup project, and they need our prayers. Most importantly, they need our prayers.
Yeah.
Our blacktop is down in the 4th District, Judge. We're done with that. And last, I would just want to wish everybody that can hear us a Merry Christmas, regardless of your circumstances. If you travel, please be careful out there. It's dangerous, and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Tom. Jenny? Counselor, you good? Kenny?
No, sir.
Sheriff?
No, sir.
Steve?
Just real quick, I'd just like to announce that we'll be having a Christmas program Saturday at the jail. This is organized by Sheriff's Deputy Russell Glover, and he collects and buys toys for children of inmates, and then we put it together and allow the inmate to present that to the child.
That's great.
It just helps bridge the gap of the family.
Yeah.
And one of the collateral damage of incarceration is much overlooked as the families. And we just try to bridge that gap, and I really appreciate Russell Glover doing that.
Absolutely. Thanks, Steve. That's good. Russell's a good person. Good guy. Comments from department heads. Department heads, do you have anything today? All right. Comments from the audience. I know Emerson's Taylor. I'm gonna let you go first.
So just very briefly,
Announce
what? Sorry.
Announce yourself.
Oh, sorry. I'm Taylor Six. I work with the Richmond Register, and we're also coordinating efforts for relief of the victims of the tornadoes. In Western Kentucky, you can drop off anything from canned food, bottled water, any kind of necessity that you feel at our location at 380 Big Hill in Richmond. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Taylor. I'm gonna make just a quick comment. It was. I talked to Dustin the other day, and one of the things that they were really requesting was laundry baskets. And man, that hit home. I mean, to think, because I've never had to deal with a tragedy like that, but to think they were needing laundry baskets so that those people could search and have a place to put items that they might have found that were damaged by the storm or whatever. It just, I don't know. It just, laundry bags.
Trash bags was another thing that was
Yeah.
important to them. Same
I mean,
for same.
Judge, just like to say that the Clarks took a lot of laundry baskets, totes, trash bags, and 3 generators down there, so
Yep.
that should be helpful.
It's good. Emerson, I know you wanted to speak to the court today. Well, now you know what it feels like.
Don't ever come up here without being on the schedule.
Now you know what it feels like,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Huh?
I thank all of you, the judge and all the court, allowing me to come up here for a couple of minutes today. I didn't have a lot to say anyway. You've already seen me a month and a half, 2 months ago or so, when I presented this thing on the Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame. That's who I'm here to represent today. And basically, I'm just trying to, I haven't heard anything from you, and I haven't heard anything from the Berea mayor. I have a lot of contact with Richmond. Mayor Blythe and the city manager both are way behind this. And I'm looking at it right now as they're 99% sure they're going to do something with it. They've got that big $60 million park. Mr. Meinrich told me he wanted to talk to me after Christmas because they're having a meeting just before Christmas to discuss it, I guess. And then he wants to talk to me. I'm sure they've got, since they're going to build that big park, they've got that. They've got the house on Lancaster, which they're supposedly going to turn into a museum. And if they do, I can see where veterans could be part of that museum in that house, a room or something in it, and put this nice monument right out front of that house there as you go in. Anyway, basically, that's what I came here to tell you, one thing. The other thing is to ask you, for your part, where do you stand on this program now that I've given you a little bit of time to think about it? It is a $10,000 monument now. It's just flat. There is no this, that, or the other. It's $10,000. They'll all be made at Rolfe Monuments in Kenton County. Covington, I believe, is where they're located. You've got a picture there. The first one was installed just a couple, 3 weeks ago. And I don't know what happened to the Elizabethtown deal they had going out there. They were supposed to be in our area for ours, but they're all going to be done up there. There'll be no difference in prices except long distances from Kenton County. If they have to go way out west, they'll have to add more for their travel for that. But I'm still looking at, Richmond's on board, I'm pretty sure. I don't know about Berea. I'm hoping they're on because they got 3 names on the back of that thing that considered Berea residents. And Richmond's on. So if we can get the court to give some sort of an indication whether you're going to go for it or not, we can divide these 2 monuments, be the only county in this state that I think will ever have 2 of them. I don't know any other county that would have a reason to get 2. But we have 2 large cities here I consider large enough that they deserve one in each city. And dividing 20,000 3 ways is less than $6,700 apiece, or any other way you might decide to look at it. You folks would have a decision somewhat on the Richmond, since you're located in Richmond, on where they put theirs, but I'm sure you wouldn't have any problem with where they put it in the city. You can see it just about anywhere they put it. And I think Lancaster Avenue is the best place out there at the house. So with that, I don't want to take any longer.
Thank you, Emerson.
I want to go home and take a nap. Can you give me any words of
Court members,
what your feelings are?
I would just like to say, Emerson, that this is a group of individuals that you're talking about that we owe everything to. And I think we'll do everything that we can, speaking for myself, to support this effort.
court members, how would y'all like me to act as judge on this? Would y'all like me to have a conversation with the two cities?
Need a motion, Judge?
No, I mean, we don't actually have to have a motion for me to talk to the two mayors, but.
So I personally would like for you to do this, and so that everybody knows, this is what he's talking about. He's talking about a monument to represent the veterans of the Kentucky Hall of Fame, has their names on it. We have 3 from this area, very distinguished individuals that are members of that. And I can tell you now, for that 3 that we have, we've got 300 that's not on there. It's amazing at the number of people here in Madison County that are just plain old, flat out, plain and Civil War heroes. That's all you can say about it.
Let me make a comment about that. I have 3 or 4 people I'm trying to get in before the 1 February deadline this year. One is from Union City, Lee O'Connor. Anybody know that name?
Yep.
He deserves it. He's 90-some years old. He's helped build that county, or that community down there. The fire station, the Ruritan, he's been involved in all that, their fish fries. I think he deserves it. And I think he would be getting it if I can get the information I need to get him submitted. If not by 1st February, then it'll have to go into the following year's group. I have Bill Davis, who is in the Vietnam Veterans with me. He's been my secretary-treasurer for about 5 or 6 years. He had 5 heart attacks, and he's recovered from that. This was a year ago, and he's just about ready to have the doctor turn him loose and go back out in the public. He's been restricted for a year. And I also submitted another man that was in the Vietnam Veterans, but he was living in Lexington. He died from his Vietnam Agent Orange stuff. He's been submitted. And I've got another man, some of you may know him. He's the head of the Madison County Veterans Committee, Mike Boyd. He deserves it, all the stuff he's done for veterans. So I've got 4 that I'm looking at. If not by the 1st of February, I'll get them in after that for the next go-around. But we've got a good chance to add more to these 3 that's on this thing.
Have you, Emerson, have you raised any money for this?
I haven't tried to look at anything. I've given some thought to GoFundMe things, but I haven't even thought of how you go about doing it.
Have you gone out to local businesses or banks to see if they can?
No, I can.
Yeah.
In my spare time.
Yeah, I'll have a conversation with the mayors and see where they stand with it. But this whole meeting, which you might have been asleep over there, I don't know, but we talked about our labor shortages and and our payroll and our finances and then we talk about funding things like this, and not saying it's not a valuable. It's not valuable, but it's kind of like talking out of both sides of your mouth. You're talking one thing about you got all these financial problems, or jail, overcrowded. I mean, $3.6 million that we give out of the general fund to the jail.
Yep.
And then we come out and talk about this, and I just want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence and making sure that there's other support that you can get than just coming to the governments. I get it. You can come to 3 governments, ask for $6,700 a piece, and that's only 3 spots you got to stop. You got to go to 30 businesses. It's a lot more work.
Right.
So I'll have a conversation with the mayors, just see where they stand with it, and then if it's all right with the court, we'll bring it back to court if they are going to do it, and you all want to do it. I'll just let us vote on it. Is that okay?
Fine.
Thank you, Emerson. Appreciate you being here.
Yes. If anybody knows any of the major companies here, somebody in them, I'm welcome to take their name and go see them, but I'm going to have to start from down here looking for people like out here at Heister, someplace like that. I don't know anybody. I'd appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks, Emerson.
Thank you all.
Appreciate it. Any other comments from the audience? All right. Next, I need a motion to pay the claims and approve the transfers.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, call the roll, please.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Master Bakken,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Next meeting is January the 11th, 2022. We'll have to get used to saying 2022, aren't we? January 11th, 2022, it'll be right back here in Berea. Again, our next meeting, January 11th, 2022, right back here in Berea, and it'll be at 9:30. I need a motion and a second to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Call the roll.
Master Bakken,
Yes.
Master Robinson,
Yes.
Master Barger,
Yes.
Master Tudor,
Yes.
Judge Taylor.
Yes. Hey, thanks everybody for being here. Happy Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. God bless.